Welcome to Mullers the Mountains. I'm the Wasatch Woodsman. Today we're outside on a beautiful winter day. We're going to be doing a 50-yard accuracy test with the Pinty Striker. I've taken some of the better pellets that did pretty decent in my basement, and we're going to be putting those to test at 50 yards. So stay tuned and let me show you around.
Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button so you can stay tuned for more content like this. Thanks for watching.
All right, so today we've got kind of a funky setup. I am in the back of my truck. Give you a little quick view. So I've got my chair set up here. I've got my bipod resting on the bed of my truck with another tripod and a bag for a backrest. This gives me a fairly decently stable platform to shoot from. That way I'm not shaking all over the place, and it can give me hopefully the best accuracy. There's not really much of a breeze, so it's about as calm as I can get outside. So it'll be a good test for outside real life conditions. Again, not much of a breeze, so pretty lucky today. As you can see down here, right there, that's 50 yards from where I'm at. And today we're going to be shooting the 15.89 grain JSB Hades, the 15.9 grain AEA Diablos, the 18.13 grain JSBs, the 20.83 JSBs, and the 21.9 grain AEAs. That's the order we're going to shoot them in. I have specific targets marked on the written on the target down there, so those are going to be the circles that I'm shooting at. So each one's going to be labeled, so when I go down and take a picture at the end, we'll have each of those marked and labeled so we can see what the accuracy looks like in real world conditions at 50 yards. So let's get right to it. First one up, the 15.89 grains. Okay, like I said, this is going to be kind of an awkward situation, but again, it's probably the most stable I can get. I am topping off before each set. I am going to fire 2 rounds, so it's a 9-round magazine. I'm going to fire 2 rounds into a test area, mostly to level out the regulator, and lead the barrel first with that particular pellet that I'm doing. And then we're going to have 7 rounds on target. So that's going to be our groups, or 7-round groupings. So here we go. And we're recording. Okay, that's it for the 15.89s. Let's move on. Okay, the 15.8 or the 15.9 AEA, group number 2. Okay, those are the tests. We're recording. Ignore that flyer up top. Maybe not. Okay, we're hitting the JSB 18.13 grains. We're recording. Okay, that's the 18.13s. All right, we got the JSB 20.83. Now, I kind of wasn't doing this before, but I don't know why I wasn't. I'm going to put the target down there, and you can see it. It is right there. That is the 50-yard target that I'm shooting. So, yeah. Okay, 2 burners and 7 in the ring. I think I pulled that one. Yeah. Maybe not. Six. Seven. Okay, that'll do it for the 20.83 grains. Okay, we're gonna do the 21.9 grain AEAs. The sun is going down pretty quick on me, so I'm gonna get this, run up, get some pictures, and then we'll do a conclusion here. All right, let's get you switched over to there. I think a breeze kicked up right as I shot that and pushed it pretty far to the left. I'm getting a little breeze from right to left right now. 7. Okay. That's all those targets. Drop these guys down. And we'll go take a look. Okay, here we are. We've got the JSB Hades. Let's screenshot that. The AEA 15.9 grains. The JSB 18.13s and the 20.83s. And then the AEA 21.9 grain. Now, to give you an idea, that's my thumb. I am shooting a thumb size at 50 yards. Thumb, a little bigger than thumb. The 18.13s, basically a thumb. These guys, I've got a little flyer right there, but essentially 2 little flyers, but other than that, a thumb. The 15.9 grain AEAs are the only ones that are bigger than a thumb, maybe 2 thumbs. But overall, that's not a bad little grouping at 50 yards with a slight right to left breeze, and I mean very slight, like maybe 1 to 2 miles an hour. It still affects these pellets pretty good, but for the most part, that's not too bad. That's where my truck is. That's where this target is. Okay, I'm gonna do one more shot. I had a Pellegrino sparkling drink can that I put about 95 yards. You can't see it from here, but it's about, so this dirt pile right here is sitting on top of it right about where that, nope, further this way, about right where these rocks are, right about the tip of my finger, about right there. It's about 95 yards away. So I'm gonna do a shot on that, and I've got a full 9-round magazine full of the 21.9 grain AEAs. Slight right to left breeze. I'm gonna see if I can hit it. So let's get to it. I'm gonna hold about a mil up and a mil, well, about 2 mils up actually, and about a mil to the right. Oh my gosh, I'm pretty sure I hit that. Let's see, I think I was a little low and a little bit more to the right. Oh my gosh, I drilled that at 95 yards. Money, second shot. I hit it the first shot. I kind of nicked the side of it, but second shot at 95 yards, it doesn't get better than that. All right, well, I'm gonna walk up and grab this can while we do a little conclusion here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. It does help me grow the channel. I am a newer creator here on YouTube, and so I am trying to grow the channel. I'm not trying to get rich off of this or really make any money. Honestly, if I could just fund my habit, which is expensive, that would be fun. But either way, I'm gonna keep doing this. So if you like it, hit that like and subscribe, help me out. But we're coming up on this real quick. Also, if you were wondering why I was shooting out of the back of my truck like that, and you're like, why didn't he just bring a table? Well, I got, my wife got home and I was helping her unload and get the kids situated. And by the time I realized it, I only had about an hour and a half before dark. And as you can see, the sun is already going down. And I needed to get out here because it gets cold once that's starting to get pretty cold right now. But it gets cold and gets dark pretty early. So in my rush to leave, I forgot my table. or I would have had a nice shooting table to do this on. Either way, that was a okay stabilization. Maybe not 100% accurate, but I feel it resembles real life outside shooting. So it gives you a pretty accurate representation of what that Pinty Striker can do with the different pellets. So just so you can see, my truck's back right there. And then here we are. Here is that can. So I drilled it. So the first one I nicked it, maybe. No, I might have hit the rock right next to it. But on that second one, I absolutely drilled it. So pretty cool. So 2 shots, 95 yards. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty accurate, enough to hit a fairly, this isn't really that big, but the Pellegrino Zeros, I can hit a can at 95 yards. So yeah, fairly accurate. Either way, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode, this shooting, and this information. So if you're looking to get a budget PCP, just looking for something for pesting, anything under 100 yards, I think this Pinty Striker is a really good option. There are a few things that I'm not 100% fond of. The cocking lever is a little stiff. It's fairly smooth the first 3/4 of the way. That last quarter pull is really stiff and kind of crunchy, I've mentioned before. And so sometimes if you don't get it all the way back, it will, you actually load a pellet, but it's not cocked all the way. And so you have to recock it, and you can double load really easy. So if you do that, you have to pull it back, pull the magazine out, load the pellet you already loaded, and then fire, and then reload the magazine in, which can be a little irritating. But so that's a little frustrating. The trigger is a little stiff, not terrible. Maybe a little more than I'd want for like a hunting setup. You know, but honestly, for $320, I don't think you're getting a better setup. And I have an Umarex Notos, which I really like. It's really fun to shoot. But the Notos doesn't have as much power as this. This has substantially more power. And you can put the pellets down range at a higher velocity. And really, honestly, it is regulated, so you can tune it. It's maybe not the easiest to tune, but it is tunable. Or you can just find a pellet that shoots really well. Like I said, the AEA 21.9 grain pellets, and the JSB 18.13s, the JSB 20.83s, and the AEA 21.93s, or the 21.9s. Awesome pellets. All three shoot really good. All three shoot a thumb size group at 50 yards. And for pesting, they put enough power if you're going to be shooting rabbits, sparrows, pigeons, you know, pests, mice, rats, iguanas. If you're out in that type of that area that you're shooting those, all more than enough power to take those ethically and accurately. So pick yourself one up. They're pretty good. I'll put a link in the bottom so you can have that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned.